Hello everyone and welcome back to another video on my channel. Please remember to subscribe, like and share this video on all social media platforms so we can start this journey together. This video comes in two parts. The first part is to give my player ratings to the game against Croatia, and then we'll go on to a preview of the Scotland game as well. So Pickford in goal, what would I give him? I'd give him an average 6, to be honest, because he didn't have much to do at all in the game. He made a good few key saves, but apart from that, Croatia barely troubled him in goal. So I'd give Pickford a 7. Kyle Walker at right back, I'd give him a 7, just because he made a good few runs, passes, crossfield balls, defended well at times, and a good solid 7 from Walker. My back two partnership of John Stones and Tyrone Mings, I'd give John Stones a 7 and Tyrone Mings an 8, just because the reason I'm giving Tyrone Mings a higher score than John Stones is because I think with it being his first competitive game in a tournament, he did very, very well, Tyrone Mings. He surprised me quite a lot of how well and composed he played in that game. He defended well in the air, he cleared well, even got up for corners and defended them very well as well. And John Stones is just what you expect from John Stones, really. A good defensive performance. Had a little bit of a knock in the second half, which wasn't his fault, but he looked fine and hopefully he's fit for the Scotland game. Kieran Trippier. This is a controversial one because people thought that Kieran Trippier shouldn't be starting at left back when you've got Ben Chilwell and Luke Shaw there that have won the Champions League and had a fine season. But I think, personally, Kieran Trippier had a very, very good game at left back. Yes, he got caught out on a few occasions with a back pass to Pickford, but apart from that, he was composed. He helped and guided Mings in that game, and a few of his set pieces could have been a little bit better. But I'm not going to fault him for that because defensively he played very, very well. And I'm going to give Kieran Trippier a 7. My midfield partnership of Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips. We'll start with Declan Rice. I thought he had an excellent game. Broke up play very, very well. Did some good passing. Got caught out a few times himself on the ball, but that's what you've got to take risks as a central defensive midfielder. You either get the ball away quickly or get caught out a few times. As long as it's not as frequent as it should be, then Declan Rice played very well. I'm going to give him a 7. Calvin Phillips, I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he played exceptionally well, Calvin Phillips, especially at the start of the second half where he beat the two defenders and put that lovely through ball through to Sterling for the goal. I thought his maturity to step into an England game in a major tournament was exceptional, and he stood out the best for me, and I give him man of the match. Calvin Phillips an 8. Mason Mount played very well at times as well. I'm going to give him a 7, Mason Mount. I thought he could have done more on the ball, maybe created a few more chances for himself, but he played very well in that number 10 role, box to box, and he just had an average enough game to earn a 7 rating. Phil Foden on the right hand side of the forwards, I thought had a great start with the forwards and midfielders as well, because we pressed well, We got going at Croatia straight away. He hit the post, Phil Foden. He should have scored from that shot, but he was very unlucky. And he gets a 7 from me. Harry Kane had a bit of a quiet game, I'd say. But his build-up play, his link-up play with the other forwards is just exceptional. He goes back into midfield to receive the ball and finds the runners of Foden and Sterling on either side to cause problems for that Croatia defence. So I thought he played well in his hold-up play, but quiet game regarding chances-wise. Sterling, Harry Kane, I'd give him a 7. Harry Kane. Raheem Sterling, on the other hand, I'll give an 8, but not quite my man of the match, just because I thought Phillips did a little bit more in the game than Sterling. He took his goal exceptionally well, Raheem Sterling. Confidence. He had a lot of stick coming into the game about should he start, should he not. He's not good enough to start for England, but some of his movements and that goal he took shows the confidence he's in. And that he's going to prove people wrong. Raheem Sterling is a great player. He's just not as consistent as we want him to be, but in an England shirt he can show that he is good enough to play for England, and I like it that Southgate believes in him, so I'm going to give Sterling an 8, but not quite my man of the match. Southgate, I'll give an 8, because I thought his team selection was under scrutiny at the start, but as the game went on, we kind of got why he picked Trippier at left back and why he played Sterling. That was justified by his performance and the goal as well. So yeah, great performance from England in that game against Croatia, and Southgate gets an 8 from me. Okay, on to our preview for the Scotland game now on Friday. What a big game this is. A big rivalry, international rivalry between the Scottish and the English. We hate the Scottish, they probably hate us English, but that's the kind of game that football fans want to see. And to have that in a major tournament is just amazing for the international football. My preview for the England game would be that Southgate will make 2 changes to the team. I think he will bring in Luke Shaw for Trippier. And I think he will play a back 3, 5 in midfield with wing backs and 2 up front. That's my personal opinion of what he'll play. I think he'll play Pickford in goal, Walker at right centre back, John Stones, and potentially Tyrone Mings if Harry Maguire isn't fit. And I think he'll play Trippier and Luke Shaw as wing backs with Declan Rice and Phillips as the 2 holding midfielders, and then Mason Mount hovering and the box-to-box role, number 10 role. And I think he will go Sterling and Harry Kane up front. I don't see Foden or Grealish starting this game, to be honest. I don't know how I feel about that, but that's my honest opinion. What I think he'll go against Scotland. I think he'll go defensive to try and hold out for another clean sheet and just hit them on the counter-attack. That's how I think it will go. It's not what we want as England fans, but I think that's how Sterling will go. But I hope I get proved wrong and we go attacking in that game. I think my score prediction for the game will be 2-0 to England. Harry Kane and Raheem Sterling on the score sheet again. And we'll qualify with a game to spare in the group and we'll knock Scotland out the Euros. So yeah, that's my player ratings from the Croatia game and my preview for the Scotland game. If you have your own starting 11s, and please write them in the comments below, and please share and subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching, and come on you England.